Hello, Internet. This is a sequel to the Battle Blitz enemy tier list I created last episode. First of all, Arson Battle. B tier. It has fire damage, so I guess it's good. I've never really tested it. Assassin Battler. B tier. It's. I'd say it's probably good. I just didn't care to use it much. B money is S tier. The money you get from it is invaluable, and if a strategy requires it, and you die, and it dies, the whole run is over. Even with the longest cooldown in the game, and in 16.65 minutes, it's still good because, again, the money it produces is invaluable. Even in investment banks where it's heavily watered down, it's still good. Baller Battle. D2, it's only really useful early game when you don't have any real rangers. Banhammer Battler, it's probably decent. I can't say for sure. And anyway, I'm gonna make some adjustments. There, a lot more cluttered now. Battler, it goes in A+. Actually, I'm just gonna put it in regular A. It's the first meat shield you get, and it doesn't disappoint. Blue Battler, it gets a B-. While its extra damage is really useful, you could also just use Bugle Battler and have it be useful for all units. But I digress. It's only useful when you have a unit slot to spare. Binge Cola, D-. It's not really anything of note. I don't know what to say about it. It just slows. Binge Gola, C-, D+. It's useful in some strategies of 3-star Deathbringer, but it's not really anything of note. Blonde Battler, I'm just gonna place it here. Bomb Battler, C-. It's really just... if you can protect it and the bomb goes off, that's 200 damage, and the next one is on the way already. Mafia Quip, it's an A tier. High damage generalist, what can you go wrong with? Actually, I'm gonna put it in S-, because of no gacha strategies with 3-star Deathbringer. This can go in C+, because it's just the worst version of Binge Brew. Wiccan Battle, again, it really falls off hard during the later games. Hold on, I gotta make another tier. More clutter, there's an E tier now. Builder, this is very controversial, but A-. It's very underlooked, and at worst, it's just a bad trowel. Ceramic Battler, C+. It works. C tier. It works as a wall, but that's about it. Also move this down to C, E-, and this into whatever. And Chairman, B+. Actually, just regular B. It's probably good. I just never test it. Cola Battle, E+. It's just a worse version of Cola. Binge Cola. This can go into A-. Again, it's been outclassed recently by Expo Battler. Later on that. Dual Gravity, that goes in B+. It's just good. It's a rocket battler side grade. Whatever. What can I say? Dual Regen, it's always been good, but it's on the expensive side. At base, it's like 40 cash per second drained from you, which By the way, Birthday Battler and Banhammer, which are the most cash intensive, take 50 cash per second. It is among the top 8. Dual Speed Battler, B minus. It's really just not. It's really just not much. I mean, sure, it's longer lasting than the Kamikaze or Motorbike, but at the same time, it's just. At the same time, it's just. It really does not hit. 40 base damage, you'd think that's a lot, but unlike Crockett, it's unstackable. Crockett or Sniper, anyway. Gambler, it's D+. I mean D- or E+. I think all of us Tumorians really underestimated the power of Gambler Battler, but it still is bad. Why? Because it's unreliable and it has a 1 in 6 chance, and it just has a 5 in 6 chance to literally do nothing. Normal Gola Battler, D tier. Again, with that convention. A tier, A minus tier, because for the sole reason that it can solo 1-star Deathbringer. That's a feat. Golden Hammer, probably here. Billions must turn into gold, and that's what it did. I'm pretty sure it's also the original gold guy. The original money guy. Wait. Oh, yeah. Golden Hammer was pre-Royal Flush. Anyway. Gravity Battler, it can go here. I mean, it has a lot of damage for it being a meat shield, and it can made out attacks. But aside from the 3-star death, it doesn't really have a niche. It doesn't really have a big niche. Grenade Battler, B+. It throws grenades, it explodes, and it hits the backliners. What can I say? It's good. Hammer Battler. It's probably not good, but it's probably. Also, this has decent stats for its price. I just wanted to point that out. Healer Battler, A minus tier. It heals, but it heals and it really helps for keeping your lines alive. But I just can't bring myself to use it in any deck right now, unless it's like hyper boosting Turking or whatever. Regen, C minus. I don't C tier. I just don't think it's whatever. I've never tried to use the usage out of this. Hobo, Hoarder, it's D+. And Hobo, it's probably like also D. Well, Hobo has literally the fastest cooldown in the game, and Hoarder Battler has armor for a really cheap price. Is in fact the cheapest armored battler. It still just doesn't hit. It doesn't hit. Slate Skin Battler, it can go here. Kamikaze Battler, high B tier. B. Kaboom, and the entire defense is gone. Or in Demoman's word, one crosswire, one way with pinch of potassium chlorate, one adding twitch, and kablooey. Probably a bad Demoman impression. I'm going to be cringing myself after this list. Crip, also very underrated. I'd say A tier. It does a lot of damage in a short time. My brain is malfunctioning, alright? Can you tell that? Lil Death is C tier. While it does have extremely good damage, it lacks the tools to make make use of its damage. Lil Doombringer, A minus. I mean, it has a lot of armor, which lets it tank hella stuff, but it's 150 base HP does. But it's just a worse Titan otherwise. Luckwell, never tried to use it, but it costs 600 and has a sizable chance to literally kill itself now. But if it does hit, 4,800 damage, 1,000 base damage. That kills a majority of the things in the game. One shot, absolutely. Maxwell, its niche is super specific, but it's uncharted by literally anything else. I mean, its niche is super specific, but it's a generalist. Ironically, it's a generalist. It's a meat shield spawner. What do you want? Medic. This is probably like a battle version of Fueler, but I just don't care to use it. Megaphone Battler, A tier. Mike Spammer Battler is A plus. Because they stun a lot. Ninja Battler, I tell you it's good, but I never used it. I'm just gonna put it above Gravity Battler. For some reason, I'm getting nostalgic vibes off of the old units the old Royal Flush units that I used to use. You know, before Expo came along and shifted the entire meta around it. Seriously. And also, this deserves S plus tier. It's really just the best of the bunch. Officer Battler, and people can't get use out of it, so I won't. Paintball Battler, D plus. Sure, it has long range, and it has the DPS of the sniper, but it doesn't have armor piercing, and it's just not really. I can't explain it. It's just not. I mean, somebody has squeezed use out of it, but that somebody ain't me. Paper. Hold on. We need a new tier. Above. I ruined the bit where I was gonna put it in P tier. P tier. This tier is so. P tier is so. Has basically nothing in it. It's basically like one unit at a time. But Paper, it transcends that. Paper. Prankster Battler, it's probably like a dollar store stunner. I'm just gonna put it here. As you noticed, a lot of this is just a bunch of wild, uneducated guesses. Raid Quitter, at the top of A tier, it's a very bad day for a backliner if you equip this. Because one raid quitter, like two raid quitters, one, two, and basically the entire thing is, and basically the entire backlines are gone. Again, this is probably like B plus tier, probably here, alongside with Grenade Battler. Just don't use after level 10 because Crocodile classes it. Sheriff, it counters Rage 2. That's all it takes to get here. Slinger, very good early game, but it falls off hard after that. Sniper B plus, really just does not. It doesn't. You need. It's a generalist and a specialist at the same time. It's having an identity crisis. I have no opinions on Sniper. I cannot formulate words anymore. Leave me be. Soccer, it has less damage than Baller. And if you want knockback, you could just use Wes, or Wig Quitter, or Gola, or Recoil. Speed Battler, probably here. Yeah, it just does a lot of damage. Stunner, probably goes here. Like, I've never really extensively tested it, like a lot of units in this game, but from the experience I do have, it's probably good. Sword Battler, fucking D plus tier. It's just nothing special. Alright? It fits in an awkward position of meat shield and mini tank. And as you know, mini tank is a really not good niche to have in the Battle Bricks. Like, nobody pulls it off correctly. Except for one. Tarnished Battler. A plus tier. It's a mini tank that spawns every 9 seconds. It's a battler and it's 3 battlers and a trench coat. It's 3 times every stat for the battler. It used to recharge every 5 seconds, but now it does it every 9. Last I checked. Telemon, it goes here, and Titan, it goes here. Telemon, it can self-heal, and this has twice the attack rate, but whatever. This had a big fall from grace. It's still good, but it just doesn't manage to carve itself a niche in the current meta. B-Money just outclasses it. Unless B-Money gets nerfed in the Chapter 3 update, or really just a Frost Legion update. Or they get reworked. I don't see this rising past B-Money anytime soon. Tomfoolery, never extensively tested it like a lot of units here, but I think it's actually worse than Prankster because it's 500 and it's 200. This is S plus. It's 2 battlers in 1. It technically has an effective recharge rate of Hobo Battler, except it's only it's half as money consuming. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. it's just good. It also installs good. It's just good. Like, stop asking me questions. My questioner has been this is pound for pound like one of the best units in the game. But that only puts it here because it's a battler. Normal battler. This is really delicate, but it does quite a bit of damage. It's probably here. If it was anywhere, it would probably be in B tier. Last set, C tier. I mean, balloons are really easy to stop, but it knocks back like no other. Like it is peerless when it's warding off opponents, especially melee. Boxer Battle, I probably underestimated, but it's probably going in low B plus tier. It's probably going in low B tier. Coil Battle, here, I mean, it's in most case scenarios, it's just a better. In most case scenarios, it's just a better sniper. Expo S Expo S plus tier. Actually, just normal S tier with what with the release chapter 2. But I really just I don't know how to explain it, but it's but it does a lot of damage, and it's really cost effective, and it has splash, and it has a decent enough range to not get an ass blasted by splash damage. Fireball, B plus tier, it does fire damage. It's basically cheaper arson. Frigus Battler, never cared to test it. Never did. It's probably good, but again, never tested. Iceball Battler 2, it's probably here. Ignis Battler sets everything on fire. There's better main DPSs out there. So I guess here, it gets its home here. And also there. Whale Battler, how do I feel about it? Well, it's probably at the bottom of normal A tier. It does 300 base damage, which is the second highest in the game. But it's also single target and unfailingly manages to hit every peon and just freezes in terror when a Psy Battler, Treasure Battler, basically anything gets in its face, it just freezes. Shanker Battler, I never really tested it. It's probably better, but I just can't give it. Vulcan S-. It's basically Mafia Clip if it did more damage. It does the single best consistent DPS in the game. But it gets stopped dead in its tracks by a single enemy with armor. Can you tell I'm running out of emotion to give? Bugle Battler B tier. It gives extra speed, big whooping. This goes in. It goes at the bottom of A plus tier because it's really expensive, but it also burns. But it burns backline's alive, which is really good, if you couldn't tell. But Drummer Battler, probably the same to you. Actually, a bit lower, since it probably also buffs stuff it really shouldn't. It doesn't need to. Katana Battler, B, B tier. It just, at the time I've used it, it just gets overshadowed by normal side Battler. Hell, what even is side Battler? Where did I put it? Did I even put side Battler? Anyway, this goes in S tier. It does a lot of fire damage. It has armor and 150 base HP, which is one of the highest values in the game. Oh, did I mention it has armor? Anyway, A plus tier for Little Turking. It also does a lot of fire damage, but it's single target, and it doesn't have the range it does. Little Infernus does in its second phase, and also no Hellfire, which is a big womp womp. This, here, it's just really mediocre. It's really mediocre. It sets things on fire, but only one at a time. Yeah, it just doesn't hit. Captain, they did not find the passage sail through the short, whirling, stormy gale. They did not find the passage safe and sure. Even when we sailors kept the ship secure. These two people is still better. These still do the trick. Alright, normal's high battle A minus, just B plus. I mean, if the enemy has a lot of backliners, it's game over for Sai. But if you get them early, they'll not be able to grow. Sailor Battle, it's really just mid. It's just really mediocre. Don't know what to say. It's just bah. It's P tier. It's a wall. I think it does. It's a wall. It has pound for pound one of the best cost to HP ratios in the game. It does recoil damage to melee, and I've heard that and I've seen a video where somebody beat 3-star Deathbringer by just using Lil Infernus and Tarnished Trowel. Losing mood. So this is better because the walls do damage, and this does more damage than that. Archer Battler. I just don't. Yeah. Same with Crossbow Battler. He is not my true friend. He has literally 2 DPS. Wes has a higher DPS than Crossbow Battler. Anyway, Fencer Battler. Also very mid. It does a lot of damage, but it's just brigand with armored piercing. This can go just rotten F tier. The enemies it's going to hit don't need the range, and the enemies it wants to hit are out of range. I don't know. I just don't see using it unless the enemies catch on to Expo Battler. I don't see this being used. Healer Battler D plus tier and Hoge Orbit is D minus tier. They just really don't have anything. Heal Orb is medic just but worse. I'm pretty sure it even has less healing, despite costing nearly 4 times as much. Hyperbike C tier. It's way too expensive to make use of its 180 base damage and its armor and its 150 base HP and its 60% of resistance. I really want to support it. I just don't. It's just $1,500 and a long ass weed charge for that, and it's not really. This is even worse because it gains Omni Strike. It doesn't even need Omni Strikes. It's going to hit the things. It's gonna hit. Why would Flashlight need Omni Strike? If they're gonna be behind you, chances are they probably are melee. Minor Battler D tier, Prospector Battler is E plus tier. They're just cost inefficient. Even while this has a 4 times resistance to red, you just never see this be used. It tries to have an identity, but utterly fails at making an identity for itself. I mean, the best you can say is like maybe targeting gallants. Motorspike A tier. It's a multi-use kamikaze that most likely gets more damage in. Sherma Battler. It does 90 burst damage, but it just doesn't really hit. This and Celebration Battler, it can go here. It takes a lot of money, and it really just doesn't hit. All right, it costs $1,000, and yet it can't even. I'm losing words. Whatever. Bye.